Today's topic is the continuation of the same chapter, capacitors, and the topic is combination of capacitors. In class 10, we used to do combination of resistors or combination of resistances. The same way we are doing the combination of capacitances. So there are again here two type of combinations. One is series and the other one is parallel combination. Series combination and parallel combination. First, I will show you the diagram of series combination. In series combination of resistance, what happened? One end is connected to the another end of the another conductor, and so on like that. In the same line we are having, so that is called series combination. Similar way, we are having capacitors also connected in series in the same manner. So I show you the diagram. Diagram will carry 1 mark. So you must know the diagram well. Capacitors normally we show by this one, parallel plate type we show like this. This is the symbol for capacitors, like this. We can show 3 or we can show more like this. This is C1, C2, C3. They are the capacitors whose capacitances are C1, C2, C3. One end is connected to the another end is connected to the another end, so on. Here we will be showing earthing, and here we will show some potential V or like this. That means the potential between entire thing is V. Because potential of the earth is 0 and this is V, so total potential is V plus 0, that is total is V. And here we show the charges. Same charge will be stored in each one. Same charges will flow. So here we will show plus Q and here we will show minus Q. Plus Q, minus Q, plus Q, minus Q, like this. Actually, we are deriving for many, but we are starting with minimum 3. You can show 4, 5, and so on. Dot. We can give, but 3 of them are original. So this diagram will carry 1 mark. The correct diagram. Here we will be writing, since the observation is that this total potential V will be divided. The potential across this will be, charges will be same charge Q. Here the potential is V1, here we write V2, here potential is V3. Since total potential V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 and dot, so on. We are finding for many of them in the similar manner, that is so on. We know the formula C is equal to, since C is equal to Q by V, therefore V will be equal to Q by C. So I will be writing that V will write Q by C. This is the total potential or total voltage that will be equal to total charge, that is same everywhere, upon total capacitance, that is denoted by capital C. V1 value I will write Q by C1. Because charge is same. Here I let Q by C2, Q by C3, and so on. Let Q by C as it is. Taking Q common here we get 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3, and dot. Q and Q cancel. We get answer coming 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3, and so on. So this becomes the formula. This is the formula of total capacitance C in series combination. 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 and so on, like this. This C means the total capacitance in series, that we can denote by CS, or we write here 1 by CS. CS means series combination. Formula is like this: 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3, and total. So the formula, if you remember in class 10, we used to do parallel combination of resistance, and there we used to write answer 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. This formula, that formula now we find in capacitance in series combination. And parallel formula here it becomes series, and series parallel formula will become series over there. Just the reverse of each other. So total capacity in this series formula is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 and so on. What is the special feature of this formula? A special feature of this formula is the value of CS, that is total capacity in the series, will come less than the least. Will come always less than the least of them. What is the meaning of less than the least? Less than the least means, suppose we are having three capacitors of 1 microfarad, 2 microfarad and 3 microfarad. Which one is the least of them? 1, 2, 3. 1 is the least value. When you connect all of them in series, your answer will come anything but less than the least value. Lesser than the least value. Least value is 1. Your answer will come anything but less than 1. I mean, it may come 0 point something, 0 0.5, 0 0.8 and all. You can expect your answer to come less than the least. So, in series combination, the value of total capacitance will fall, will decrease overall, because the formula is reciprocal here. This derivation you may get for 3 marks. This may be 3 marks question. So, series combination of capacitors, and the diagram, 1 mark on the diagram, correct diagram, and the second mark will come on writing this, and the third mark on completing this here. So, marks will be divided in this manner. So, this one we did combination of capacitors in series. Now we are doing the second part, parallel combination. Combination of capacitors in parallel. Okay. Parallel, the diagram will now become like this. Just see. Have a look. Here we draw first capacitor, second capacitor. 3 is good enough, but other all will be following the one end will be earthing here, other end, and this end is B. Here I let C1, here I let C2, here I let C3. Plus charges, total charges Q will be divided. So here the charge I let Q1, here I let minus Q1. Plus Q2 minus Q2 plus Q3, this is negative plate minus Q3, like this will. And the total voltage applied is V of here. Total charge Q is dividing into 3 branches. We find where the charges are dividing into branches, they will be parallel combination. Such a combination is called parallel. So they are similar to parallel lines like this, parallel lines. So this is the diagram, and the diagram will give you 1 mark. Now, in this diagram we see charges are distributed, charges are divided. Previous case voltage was divided, but now the total charge is getting divided into, or here how many branches we have? 1, 2, 3. So 3 branches. There can be 4 branches, there can be 2 branches, there can be 5, 6 and any number of branches. So we will be writing Q. Since Q is divided into these parts, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 dot. And we know the formula, Q formula we have CV, because C is equal to Q by V, therefore Q will be equal to CV. Q1 value I let here C1V, because total voltage is V across each one. The 2 ends are same end, same end here, like V only, plus C2V plus C3V and so on. Write CV as it is. Take V common here, you get C1 plus C2 plus C3 and so on. V and V cancelling, so you get the value C is coming, C1 plus C2 plus C3 and so on. So this is the formula of total capacitance in parallel, that is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3 and so on. That is simple addition taking place. Or we write as C is equal to CP. Capacitance, total capacitance in parallel. V is parallel. Previously I wrote CS. Cp is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3 and so on. So this derivation is also there in the syllabus. It may carry 3 marks. It may come. So capacitance in parallel, the total formula is C1 plus C2 plus C3. It is just the reverse of resistance. Resistance time. Parallel formula we have 1 by R or 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, and the series formula was R equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Series formula of resistance is the parallel formula here in capacitance, and parallel formula of the resistance is the series formula here, just the opposite. So these two derivations you have in syllabus. And here the special feature of this formula is that the total capacitance will be greater than the greatest, will be more than the greatest. What is the meaning of that? Suppose we are having a capacitance of value 2 microfarad, 3 microfarad and 4 microfarad. So which one is the greatest here? 4. Your answer will come anything but more than the greatest. Your answer will, simple addition will take place. You can simply add them 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9. So answer is coming 9 microfarad, which is more than the greatest. So that is what I am saying. So in parallel combination, the total value of capacitance increases because here the simple addition takes place. And in series combination, the formula is 1 by C or is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Then the total capacitance decreases. It becomes less than the least, lesser than the least. So that is the idea behind these two. So these two derivations are important. If any one may come, so you need to know it. Okay, now next topic we are doing is the last topic of this chapter from your syllabus theoretically, and that is energy stored in a capacitor. Energy stored in a capacitor. We are going to derive a formula for the energy stored in a capacitor. Energy stored formula. There are two methods of deriving the formula of energy stored. One is graphical method, the another one is calculus method. So it depends upon the marks. If the marks is 2, then we will go by the graphical method. If the marks is 3, then we will go by the calculus method. But in most of the books, they prefer calculus method. So anyway, I will do both the methods. I will show you both the methods and learn both. Right? First, we are doing graphical method. Graphical way how we can derive a formula for a graphical method. We write like this: for a conductor, Q is proportional to V. When we increase the potential, charge stored also will increase. When you decrease the potential, charge stored will also decrease. For a conductor, this happens. Therefore, QV graph is as follows. We will draw QV graph. The QV graph directly proportional graph. One side will take Q, one side will take V. So we'll take Q over here and V over here in this axis, and the graph will come like this. Directly proportional graph will come in the form of a straight line starting from 0. When V is 0, charge stored also is 0. So the graph is coming like this. Then right here, therefore energy stored that we denote by E, or E with S I write ES. ES is energy stored equal to, if you write only E, it will look like electric fields. I write E with the subscript here S. That is energy stored is equal to area of QV graph. Area of QV graph. We'll find the area of this graph. Area means like this you draw, and whatever type of figure we get, so we'll find the area of that figure. What is the area of the triangle? We are getting a triangle. What is the area of the triangle? Formula half into base into the height. What is the base here? Base is V. What is the height? Height is Q. We write half VQ. Write half into the Q value I put CV. So ultimately your formula become half CV square. This is the formula of energy stored. Energy stored formula we have half CV square. This is the formula of energy stored in a capacitor. Half CV square. It is like kinetic energy of a body. Kinetic energy of a body formula we have half mv square. Same way, energy stored in a capacitor formula we have half CV square. What is C? C is the value of capacitance, and what is V? The potential difference or total potential or voltage, whatever is there. So V square. This is the formula of energy stored. This is called graphical method. Okay, one thing about the graph you should know. In the graph, two things will happen. One is area and one is slope. We find slope of the graph and we find area of the graph. Area means you have to multiply these two axes. You have to multiply. Area means multiply these two axes. And slope means you have to divide perpendicular by the base. This by this you have to divide. Vertical height by the base. So that will give the value of slope. But slope will give you any physical quantity or not, that you have got to check. If what does the slope of UV graph represent? Slope will give the value that is to divide. Slope time you have to divide and area time you have to multiply. Q upon V, what does it give? Q upon V will give the value of capacitance. That means slope of QV graph determines capacitance of the conductor, capacitance value. Even question may come, what does the slope of QV graph represent? The answer is, it represents capacitance. Slope means you have to divide these two values. And what does the area of QV graph represent? Area of QV graph represents energy stored in that capacity. That means it's a kind of work done, and work done capacity is called energy. So that is the idea. Work formula is called Q into W is equal to Q into V. We had done in the previous chapter. V is equal to W by Q. Therefore, W will be equal to QV. So that is the idea. Q into V multiplied. So area of the QV graph will give the energy stored, whereas slope of QV graph will give the value of capacitance. If you want, please write it down here. Slope of QV graph gives capacitance value, capacitance, and area of QV graph gives energy stored. Energy is stored. This is extra information you keep in mind. Now, you may get a question of 1 mark. It may come like this. They may show you a graph like this. Here Q written and here V is written, and they are showing two lines here, A and B. And question they are asking, which of the line A or B represent the series combination of capacitors? Represent the series combination of capacitors. Which of them? A or B? The question is that. So how do we work this out? Question is talking about series combination of capacitors. Series combination of capacitor means the value should be less or more. The answer is, because in series the formula is reciprocal. 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by, that means the value will come less. So which of them has got less value of capacitance? Which of them has got less value of slope? I'll say A, because A's inclination is less. This angle is less here and here the angle is more. So A is having lesser slope, that means lesser capacitance, and lesser capacitance is expected in series. And in parallel, the value of total capacitance is more than the greatest, greater than the greatest, as I said. In parallel, we will expect to get a high value of capacitance. So that means the value of this B line represents parallel, because in parallel combination of capacitors we simply add them and answer comes greater than the greatest. That means A will be series combination of capacitors and B will represent the parallel combination. So this question also you may expect for 1 mark. That may come in the compulsory question out here. I mean, first 5 questions, this MCQ, and then after that 7 questions comes, then over there will be like this. Okay, that was your graphical method I did. Now I show you calculus method now. Second method is of deriving the formula for energy storage is calculus method. Calculus method. Calculus method can be do is energy is stored in capacitor is given by, we will be writing as dW is equal to Q dV. Small q we write in dV, and we put integration sign as 0 to Q. That means energy stored in the capacitor is given by the work done, and work formula we have charge into potential, but potential we are adding and storing the charge from 0 to Q. Zero, starting with the zero charge is storing the final charge Q, or the total charge Q we are storing in it. So dW will become energy stored. We write here 0 Q. Q value will be writing here CV, because we know Q is C is equal to Q by V, therefore Q is equal to CV. C will come out being a constant here, 0 Q. Here we get V dV. Let's see as it is. What is the integration of V dV? It will come V squared by 2. Like integration of x dx of x squared by 2. Here we will put the limit 0 and Q. 2 will come or will become C by 2. Here we will put the value. Sorry, I made one mistake there in the derivations. You need to cut 0 to Q. The Q is variable here, so a correction is needed in this. Here we will be writing V dQ. There is a mistake in it, so this a correction required. Because we are varying the charges we are storing from 0 to Q, where V is same. This 0 Q right here, V value right here Q by C and dQ here. Because C is equal to Q by V, therefore V will be equal to Q by C. So 1 by C is odd. Here we get Q dQ. Integration of Q dQ will become Q squared by 2. And limit remains 0 and Q, capital Q. This will multiply with 1 by 2C. Here we will put the limit Q squared minus 0 squared, 0 squared. This 0 squared we can leave, become 1 by 2C into Q squared. Writing 1 by 2C as it is, Q value will put CV squared. Here we get 1 by 2C, this one is squaring, so we get C squared, V squared, C cancel. You get 1 by 2, 1C V square. This is the formula, half CV square. The formula is the same, what we derived before, but that previous was easier method, graphical method, and the same thing we are doing, and this is calculus method. In the question, they will not mention use calculus method or use graphical method, that will not be mentioned in the question. But it depends upon the marks allotted to this question. If the marks allotted to this question is 3, will be following calculus method, that is better. And if the marks is 2, they will be following the graphical method. By chance, if we don't remember the calculus method, then do graphical method, at least 2 marks you will get. But the best is the 3 marks question, we will be doing the calculus method. And the formula will come out to be the same. So this is the formula. Now another thing which you have in syllabus, and you have to know effect of dielectrics on the energy stored. You can give the heading effect of dielectric medium on the energy stored. The effect of dielectric medium on the energy stored in a capacitor. We know the formula of energy stored in capacitor. What is the formula? Half CV square. Just now we derived. That means energy stored depends upon C and it depends upon the value of potential V. When we have a dielectric medium, what happens to the capacitance? It increases by K times. So here also it looks like, it appears that the energy stored will also increase by K times, but actually that does not happen. I'll show you why. Let us take energy stored formula. What is the formula of energy stored? Half CV squared. So here let E naught, that means when there was no dielectric medium, free space, here we will be writing C, and this one will be V squared, half CV squared. See equation 1 I write. Energy stored in presence of dielectric K, dielectric medium of the dielectric constant value K. So EK is equal will become half. We know capacitance increase by K times, it will become Kc. But at the same time, the potential decreases by K times. I write here V naught by K squared. Let us compare. Write EK as it is, like half Kc into this one, expand out, become V squared by K squared. K and K cancel. Your answer will be now half C V naught square divided by K. That is half Cv naught square is the value of E naught. E naught divided by K. That is energy stored in the presence of dielectric medium now becomes 1 by K times of E naught. That is decreasing by 1 by K times. It does not increase, so it gives a wrong impression. People think that the capacitance increases by K times and they do not consider the potential. What happens to the potential? Potential at the same time decreasing by K times or 1 by K times. There is a potential value at 1 by K. And there is a square in it, that's why the denominator part will come small, K and K squared. K cancel, 1 K is left over. That means overall the value of energy stored in the capacitor decreases by 1 upon K times. Energy stored in air is suppose having the value 10 microfarad. What will be the value of energy stored in presence of a dielectric medium of K equal to 5? Like 10 divided by 5. The answer will come 2 microfarad. So that is how we calculate, and this will be the effect of dielectric medium on the energy stored in the capacitor. The energy stored in the capacitor in the presence of the medium K will be equal to E naught. E naught is when it is free, E naught divided by K. It is decreasing by 1 by K times. Okay. Now the last part of this chapter is just a little bit only you have to know is energy density of a capacitor. Energy density of parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate air capacitor. Energy density of a parallel plate air capacitor. Energy density will act like this. Energy density formula will be energy stored divided by volume. This is the formula. Volume of the capacitor. Volume. Energy density denoted by U. Energy stored we have E naught, and the volume formula will be writing capital V. Or you can write in one volume. E naught formula we have half Cv squared, and volume formula we have area of cross section into the distance d. Area of cross section between the parallel plate, area of each cross section into the distance. That will make the volume. Now we continue with this at half C. We know electric field formula we have V by D. Therefore V will be equal to E into D, cross multiplied. The value of V I will be writing here E into D. It will become E square D square by A into D. Getting half as it is, D and D cancel. And we put the value of C. The value of C of parallel air capacitor formula here, epsilon naught A by D into here you get E square D square divided by ED, that I write here, A into D here. A into D I am writing here. Now you can cancel and check what results are coming out. E and E cancel, D square also cancel. So your answer becomes half E naught E square. So energy density of a air parallel plate capacitor, air capacitor formula is half U is equal to half epsilon naught E square. This is the formula of E square. This is the formula of energy density. Though energy density you have to see little lightly because it is not that important. Parallel combination, series combination is important, and though it is there in the syllabus, in the even further reduced syllabus also this part is mentioned there. That's why I am talking this. Okay, for today we are doing this much. Tomorrow we will be doing some problems and we will start current electricity.